pop this. Not gonna rest at it, don't need to. And then we are going to be moving over to this bridge over here. The reason why we're moving over to this bridge is because there's an item I want to talk about. There's also this guy over here who we need to go and talk to. It took me fucking 20 minutes.
What did you go and do that for?
Did anybody else see a Sonic the Hedgehog fucking roll with that lamb right there? Anyway. We got this guy. He has a quest line, and I'm going to show you where you can get that quest line going. So first thing that we do, we talk to him for a little bit. He's going to give us some mushrooms. We're going to talk to him again. He's going to go into a cave to try and get you some materials just to basically thank you. So that is how we get that one started. Next we're going to head all the way over to this bridge. There's another Ashes of War right there. We get one of Determination. I actually like this one because it makes your next move hit extra hard, and I like to use strength build, so it kind of works out for me. Alright, moving on from them. I should probably talk about mounted combat. I'll do that a little bit later. Going off to the right, like directly on the right of this bridge, we have a Somber smithing stone. So this is for like special or unique weapons, such as when we go and defeat the Tree Sentinel, or I do have a video out of me defeating the Tree Sentinel. It gives you a golden halberd. Those materials are used to upgrade special weapons. The regular smithing stones is for regular weapons, like the one I'm holding now. This can go into any of these weapons that I've already collected. So I can also put on this weapon right here. So if you notice that there's an X on my sword on the right part of my D-pad, what that is telling me is that I am unable to wield this weapon effectively. However, that's only when I'm talking about one hand. But if we're talking about two hands, I can absolutely wear this sword. And it hits just as hard. We got a dagger. Now, although my strength is not where it's supposed to be, I'm at 12 strength, and you need 16 to wield this weapon. At least I have, I think it's 75% or more to be able to use this weapon. It might be 66, I'm not sure. But I'm able to utilize this weapon with two hands, although I cannot do it with one. And you notice, now I got some flinch to it, because I'm using a heavier weapon. Also, fuck that guy. Coming at me. Doesn't even know me. So notice I did a jumping attack that gave a lot of flinch. Then I went into just regular attacks and it just kept them where I wanted them. That's all you really need to do with a heavier weapon. You do need to be careful because there are just definitely some heavier weapons that they will not be flinched from and will just go at you. And it does take some prep work and timing, a lot of timing when you're using much heavier weapons to be able to get those hits in. So, next thing we're going to do, we're going to go to our map. Earlier I picked up a map, and it shows us all of this area right here. This is me going way too far to the right, or the east. So we're going to go ahead and get back to where we need to be. We're going to go back to the very beginning. So I'm going to show you 3 dungeons that are great for just starting out. Again, you can travel the map, go over wherever the fuck you want to go. There's definitely ways you can get further up north without actually going through the main quest. But if you want to go ahead and explore and you want to just take your time into this area, this is what this little tutorial is for. Alright, first place we're going to go. We're going to peel off again and go to the right. We're going to make sure we hit this church. And he is not wanting to let me go. I'm fucking thirsty. Alright, here is our grace. You pop it. You're like, oh shit, he's gonna attack. Nah, it's fine. See? I already popped the grace. We're good. Also, if you noticed, when he did hit the church, like he was starting to destroy the church. He can absolutely fucking decimate this place, which is just another added bonus to this game. Makes it so cool. They can destroy shit you're trying to hide behind.
This
All right.
way, tarnished. May
Perfect.
I have a word?
So because I died, there is a little cutscene that happens with this person right here at nighttime, and it can only happen here.
I'd heard tell, and upon the talk thou art
And let her
to
just do her talking.
I was entrusted by torrents. 'Tis a bell summon the spirits. Now it is that.
It almost looks like I planned that death, doesn't it? That's fucking skill.
Forgive mine, I doubt we. How long will it
Maybe
be
I
for the
did plan it. Maybe you will never know. Alright, so we don't know where my souls are right now. If you don't know where your souls are, look on the map. You'll see this little icon right here. This is where your souls will be. So it actually tells you. If you look up on the compass, it tells you as well. So mine are straight ahead. Right in this bush, I think. Yep. Got our souls back. God, it feels like in this playthrough I'm going to have to kill the trees now. We'll just keep coming after me. Get into what force? So, as I was saying earlier, mounted combat, yeah, you have your R1s and your L1s, and those will do some things. Like those left side, right side, even though I say those on the opposite sides that I swung. You'll do your regular attack. You also got combo attacks, 1, 2, 3. While you're on the horse, you can also do your charging attacks like this. You can do a charging attack like that with your R2. If you're using a bigger weapon, you can actually drag it on the ground. You can hit a enemy and then knock them up into the air. So you get to hit them twice if you're using the R2 if you do it just right. I could level up. I don't think I'm going to. I probably should switch my flasks. Yeah, let's do that real quick. Okay. Oh, that's just habit right there. Oh, I should probably talk about leveling up too. Alright, so golden seeds, this is how you get more flasks. Sacred tears you're going to find throughout the world. They are going to give you more health that you heal when you use a flask. And a colidate, well, basically just shows you right there. Allocate, my bad. Wow. My job requires me to teach people how to read. Anyway, so we went up to 4 instead of 3. This is a summoning, like this is how you get your summoning pool going. To get that going, you can go into your equipment. This right here will send a co-op sign, so if anybody wants to run a dungeon or needs help with running a dungeon, they can summon you and you can help them out, go into their game. It's basically the multiplayer for it. You can also go into your pouch and you can put it there too. This way, and then once you put it in your pouch, it gets out of this little area because you want to try and keep this as clean as possible. So this way you can just go into your pouch and just hit right click on your D-pad after holding triangle and get right into it. We got all these dogs over here. Add that dog. Now you gotta be careful because you are fighting a group. And they hit very hard, well not very hard, really quickly. And they like to stun you. Oh, I had that on the wrong one. So that's why we like to keep that one clean. Because right there I was trying to heal, I wasn't paying attention. If you don't have your flasks up, then you're not going to heal. So that's why we like to keep that part clean. I grabbed the summons to just show you guys what it does. Some people like to use this because it makes the bosses like pretty easy. Alright, so jumping right in, usually not the best bet. What you want to do is you want to wait for one of them to notice you and come on up. This way, you get the 1v1s. See how much easier that was? You got 2 more down here. You can sneak up on one. He's done. This guy comes up. You can actually guard counter with your weapon. You don't need a shield to do it. You can still guard counter. If you are using sorceries or faiths or anything like that, you're going to have a item that is designated to do your spells. All you have to do is put that item on, hit L1, which is designated for your left hand. And that is how you heal. Or use your spell. Remember, we can't really carry this weapon right now, like correctly, or wield it efficiently. So we got to keep two-handing it. But I also want to point out. Let's take off the shield. All right. So I have a heavier weapon. I have 2 weapons. This one's lighter, this one's heavier. If I come into this guy, notice how he takes a flinch right there. These are my regular attacks. He's just flinching, can't handle it. I use this weapon right here. I'm two-handing it as well. Notice he's not flinching, he doesn't give a shit. That's because the weight of your weapon actually matters. However, if I use my heavy attack with it, he does flinch. So utilizing those different attacks will also make them flinch. An easier way to beat this boss, just using like a heavier weapon like this great sword right now, is look at it. You just take it. Can't do anything about it. Fucking thinking about life. Oh, I had him in a repose state. But that's how easy the boss is depending on the size of weapons. Some bosses are easily felled by like magic or quick attacks, bleed. Some are just good old-fashioned big fucking weapon. So you have to make sure you're noticing those things. More humanoid bosses tend to take those types of flinches. That doesn't mean that those giant ones will not go down from those. And there's ways to prove that. And I'm going to show you. So there's our first dungeon down. Usually go into that one first. It's one of the easier ones. Probably the easiest one. Especially the boss. He's fucking a cakewalk. Alright, next place we're going to go. When this loads. One day. Well, we're going to be heading back to the beginning portion of the map, like right where we started. So we're going to go ahead and teleport back. Well, we can actually go to the church. This is fine. Because we're going to peel off and go slightly to the left. There is another dungeon, also pretty easy, but we're going to be talking about different status effects and traps and everything. So this is basically showing you all the stuff that you may need to know or you don't know about. So we're going to use our horse, we're going to travel there, we're going to go up this hill, and we are going to look at this motherfucking thing right here. These statues will tell you where a dungeon is. So it gives you this guiding light, just like with your grace. You follow it, and it will show you to another dungeon. Now the important reason to do these dungeons is because either you're going to get some type of item, be it a weapon, a talisman, or a weapon art ash. It's going to give you something. So here is our next dungeon. We're going to pop our grace. This time we're going to level up. Let's go ahead and just pump up our strength. These spirits will talk about something relating to the dungeon. And I think from the lore they're just kind of stuck out in like limbo, basically. Here's something very important. This guy's all by himself. Seems too good to be true, because it is. If he's all by himself, then there's a good chance that this is a trap. If you rush in there, strong chance you're going to have a bad time. Reason you're going to have a bad time is because you need to pay attention. This threshold is basically the line that starts off this guy. He's an asshole. He is going to cut you, he's going to make you bleed, and he's going to kill you. If you take enough shots, he is going to build up bleed status effect on you. When it fills up, you take massive damage. This can be done through your block as well, so you have to be very careful with these status effects. Now, once I step past this, he comes at me. And it triggers this asshole who's going to throw knives. Take them both out. Utilize your environment. See all those bloodstains now? That's because people were not paying attention. Or they just didn't get away. Or they played it poorly. Those things happen. Everybody makes mistakes. Alright. This is going to be where the boss room is. We can't get in. We have to pull a lever. Most of these dungeons will have this. Alright. Once again, you see this fucking guy right here. Well, you have to make sure you're paying attention because there's this fucking guy right here. Alright, because he dropped down, you can take those damage, you can take that damage from those knives. That's fine. We don't care about that. Barely does anything and that guy's gonna stay up there. We have to make sure we're paying attention and getting all of the enemies that may be anywhere. So when you go into a new location, you have to be paying attention to all of your surroundings. That means above you, to the side of you, below you. There are fucking traps everywhere. Speaking of traps, here's one. To take it down, you have to go hit it. It'll go down. You can put it back up by hitting it again, or you can jump on top of it and just kind of... well, it kind of just raises you up like an elevator. Alright. Now, like I said earlier, you have to be paying attention. Yeah, you saw these guys when you came in. There's also this guy right here. And then we got to look around. Oh, there's this guy right here. But that's not all. There's this guy right here. 5 of them. So you have to be very careful with how you want to approach it. See, doesn't go until you trigger him. So, this guy's not hard to kill. Jumping attack into an R1. Again, this guy, can't do it with your R1 jumping, but R2, yep, he comes right down. Now these 3 assholes. So, trick I like to do. The trigger for this one is going to just be walking up to them or grabbing these items. The trick is to hit this, get the fuck out of here, and wait for them to run into the fire. We can utilize their traps against them too. Now we can grab that item, dice down, we're safe, and we're out of here. If you think ahead, you can absolutely use the traps against these people. We're looking around, we see this guy, and he went down. You heard a sound effect right there? That was basically my riposte sound effect. There's that status effect I was talking about. And there's the riposte again. When you get him in the riposte, you can do a special effect that does a shit ton of damage onto him. He did hit us. There's our bleed status effect. If that were to fill all the way up, yeah, that would hurt a lot. Once again, remember what I talked about earlier? One person. He's annoying. He's throwing knives at you. Kind of an asshole, baiting you into going in there. That's why. That guy right there. So you notice that this one was just a regular R2. Fully charged, that's how you get the riposte. You can roll through the knives. And you can take them out. And we got some more ashes. All of those things are dead. If you remember though, there was one guy up here we never killed. Well, he's still up here. Trying to hide out. Paying attention saves you from a ton of traps. Now I'm saying this as somebody who's played through this part like 20 different times already. But, to be fair, and you won't know this, but I'll just imagine if I'm honest. I was paying attention throughout all this stuff. I didn't die on this one. I've been playing a lot of these Souls games, so I kind of already knew about this shit. But you're about to go into a boss room. You don't know if you're going to survive it the first time or not. Make sure you check how many souls you got, or runes, and level it up, or level yourself up, upgrade your weapon, get rid of as many souls as you possibly can before you go in, so this way you don't have to worry about losing. It sucks when you get so many souls and then you lose them all because, well, you didn't pay attention or you didn't, some bullshit happened, because bullshit is going to happen. Hell, there might be 20 people throwing projectiles at you and you're flinching all the time, or 20 rats coming at you. Happens. And because I don't want to lose so many souls, I pop some runes that I had on hand. And this way, instead of the 1,000 or so, I will only lose 100 if I die. And there's always a chance of you dying to any boss, even if you play these 100 times. I know there's some broken builds out right now. I think I saw a video earlier of somebody using a fucking Kamehameha to take out a boss and all of its enemies, just standing back there because you can. Stay on the side of this boss. When he stands up and goes for that swing right there, you can get at least 1 to 2 swings. Depending on your weapon, it could be like 3 to 4. So if I was using this weapon, yeah, it would have been more. This one's faster than our greatsword, so utilizing its speed, we can get more hits. He stood up, stay on his side, like right on his hip. See, can't do anything about it. I wonder if we can keep him like this. Oh, that would have been cool. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, and roll. Because we have a smaller, like a faster weapon, we are able to get more damage off. Sometimes it's better to just have that faster weapon, especially if the guys don't flinch. Stay on his hip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll out. Noticing my stamina up there, I have plenty to roll out with. This is basically the attack you want to watch out for because it's a huge AoE. So right when he stops, that's when you want to roll away. And you want to keep your positioning. Positioning is incredibly important in this game. If your positioning is bad, you're going to do bad. So, something important to remember. When you get behind him like that, that's the attack he does. Notice how I just didn't roll or anything right there? It's one of his harder hitting attacks. So you got to be paying attention. Getting hit for education purposes. Alright. He stood up again. His fault. This is like the biggest weak point he has. Once he does that, you know you're going to get a big chunk off of him. He's dead. Got more ashes. And we get the fuck out of here. Dungeon number 2 complete. I think that's the Crucible Knight right there. I still want that sword. You get to fight the Crucible Knight later. If you check out my channel, I show it. And I talk about how to beat him, some things, utilizing the greatsword, its movesets, and why the movesets are important. Or if you just like are annoyed by me already and you want to see my shit get pushed in, well, you got that chance too. Because that happened as well. So it's on you. And if you do, hey, thanks. Alright, so that is our second one done. Alright, moving on. So now, earlier you saw that I moved my strength up to 16. The reason I did that is because if we look at our equipment and the stats that I need to wield this with one hand, it is 16. So now I can utilize my shield with this sword and go sword and shield with it and kind of have better defense compared to what I used to have. But now we got this guy. This guy's an asshole. So I'm actually going to get off my horse for this one. This, I think it's a troll. I just call him giants. He screams the first time. Get one shot right here. He will hit you. Usually you can get 2 shots. Watch out for those stomps. But when we're talking about giants, their weakness is their heals. When he does, you're looking for those big moves right there. The ones that put him back on the ground. Because then we can utilize our hits. That's a big AoE. See? Rolling is important for that. I'm missing. But you want to take out his knees. However, if he does a bending attack, like this, go for the head. Oh, I missed even the head. The head is his weak point. That's what we're looking for. I think I got the head on that one. He's just not going down. I'm wasting too many potions. Anyway, halfway through, he's going to grab a sword. He's going to slam that down. You got a free attack if you're able to dodge it. Get out of there, because he's going to do this move right here is a 3-part attack. You actually want to roll toward him, because staying underneath him is probably your best bet. You'll understand, yes, he has stomps. Those are what he's going to utilize. You kind of want to bait him into those. There's little nuances within his moves that tells you exactly what he's going to do. Sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't. Sometimes I just need to get good. Big slam, big AoE. You can get in there. Again, watch that pull. Yep, he is upset now. So in the very beginning, this is a tough enemy to fight, like right off the gate. I know that this has frustrated quite the amount of people. But there is definitely ways you can just take this guy down. Getting those 2 hits on his legs with fully charged R2s, there is a chance that you can bring him down to get an easy riposte on his eye. If that happens, you get a big chunk of health off of him. If you're able to utilize it, he does have an animation that brings out his sword. So utilizing that animation, knowing that he is going to attack at one point, and take out that sword, you can use that to basically just kill him. I don't know how much time I'm going to spend on it because I'm trying to make sure that you guys get to see everything. But I do have to go grab those souls, so I'll see if I can kill him and get to the last thing I want to show you. Maybe 2 things. I don't know how long I've been recording for. I know I got an hour because I'm doing this off the PlayStation. So if it seems like I'm rushing things, I apologize. But I am under a time limit for these videos. There we go. See, I wasn't a liar. Then we get the riposte right into his fucking eye. Look at that, right into that shit. Roll forward. Charge. 1. 2. We do it again. He goes down. And we can do it again. Fuck you. Fuck you. Remember, he still needs to bring out that sword. But because of the environment, I got fucked over. So I'm not going to get a full charge right here. Now we just focus on just doing damage. Bait him into attacks. He's going to pull his sword along the ground. This is the 3-part attack. 1. Swing. 1 more. Right through him. 1 more time. And finish him off. So getting those 2 heavy charge attacks onto his legs makes that such a simple fight. It's just, you know, actually getting those hits to connect. There is an Art of War over there. If you look over there, you see all that glowing shit over there. If you hit that glowing stuff at the right time, it goes in a big circle, stays on a very linear path. It will always go the same way, same speed. You hit it, you get a Art of War. Moving on, we're going to try and show you guys now how to get to that island over there. And that island is important. So that's what I was talking about earlier. Holding your R2, you can walk in, pop them up. So before I go into there, I want to show you something else. Here is a merchant. We can talk to him.
What do you need? I don't want any trouble.
We can purchase. And what we're going to purchase is another broadsword. You can get armorer's cookbooks, which helps in crafting. And on the bottom there were notes that you can utilize to find weak points in monsters. Like that troll that we were talking about, it actually talks about its weak point being in the head. So now, instead of using a greatsword, I want to dual wield. Because, damn it, I can. But you have to make sure you put them on. L1. It used to be your guard, but because you're using a left-handed weapon, it is going to be now used in conjunction with your right-handed weapon, and you have a dual wield ability. However, your L2 still goes on to the weapon art or Ash of War of your right-handed weapon. But because they're both broadswords and it's square off, it's going to be the same thing no matter what. Remember that guy who was a tree that one time? Yeah, here he is. He's not having a good time. If you want to hear what he's saying, if you're playing this game and you're trying to figure out the beginner stuff, this is all for you. Like, because again, I got a short amount of time to do this. If you have any questions, you can always put something in the comment section, and I'm happy to answer. It would be cool to get that interaction. Alright. That's done. Summoning pool. We're moving on down. Now notice I'm just using my R1, I'm still using the one-handed attacks. If I use my L1, I use the two-handed attacks. But it also has great guard break. It's dual wielding is a lot of fun, it's just your defense needs to be utilized with just rolling. For those who are new in here, bring a torch. I got this place memorized, that's why I can do it. Next thing, NPCs. You can summon NPCs to help you out with a boss fight. When I streamed this, when I was showing people how to do this the first time, I just did it by myself. Sadly, that's not going to be caught on stream, so who knows if I'm telling the truth. But we can bring this guy in with us. He's a fucking unit, and he can come in here and help us out with the boss. On the left side, we can crouch, we can hide. They don't know. That's one of our bosses, and this is an asshole. There are two more assholes. You need to kill the assholes first. Now look at this fucking unit. Just going in there, he's gonna handle all this shit. I mean, I'm dead serious. Like, watch this shit. Let's see how well he can do. Now, because we did summon an NPC, our damage is going to be less than what it usually is. I gotta help him. But look how many attacks he took. And because he took so many attacks, we gotta make sure that we can focus one and he gets the other. Look at my stamina management, it's not very good right now. Way too low. So I gotta get out of here pop my heal, and I'm going to summon something with those bells, and I'm going to get Fang Keys. I mean to make sure I go back to my dual wield and my flask, but now I have so many damn NPCs that it's not an even fight when seeing as how he brought like 20 people. That one's down, and I got all my little imps doing the work for me. So if you are having a lot of trouble, summon some imps. You may have some NPCs you can summon, and then you just go to town. Look at this. This is not fair. Like, if you're watching this, you should feel bad for the boss. If I wasn't paying attention there, I would have died. And we're done. So if you're having a hard time, remember that lady gave you some summons as well. I think she gave you the wolves. So you have stuff to utilize in a boss fight that will help you out. When I'm playing, I don't like to use those things. I want the 1v1. I don't even like to use items. Just give me the flasks. Alright, again, we're going through. This is a dark cave. So to help you out, utilize your R3. That focuses on enemies. Even in the dark, it'll show you who you're looking for. Go all the way through the cave, and we're on the island. The island is important because this temple right up here. We jump off our horse, we pop our grace. Now we can teleport here whenever we want to. And we get to check out this fucking thing. This is where we get to look at dragons and the dragon community. We get to examine the altar. Sometimes because there's read message right in front of this thing, you'll do both and now you can't even get into the altar. See? So for like the 2 people that ever actually watch this, stop putting your messages right here. It ruins this part for us. So I can't show those parts, but you can go explore it on your own. You'll see what I'm talking about. There's a dragon you get to fight later. In one of my videos I show you how to do it. So if you want to go watch that one, more than welcome to. If not, your choice. Be cool if you did, though. When you have a glowing message like this where the light goes up, that's usually from the developers. But we're going to go ahead, grab a couple important items from here. So we go down there, go around, off these rocks, and I want you to look right over there. I know it's really hard to see. You see that turtle? If you look to the left of that, behind that tree, there is a body right there. Now, we want to get to there. So what we do is we go backtrack, come off these rocks, go all the way down, roll over this way, and there we go. These are important because this is going to help us upgrade a little bit later. Also, we need to kill Untitled. I'm sorry, Untitled. There's also a sombering stone around here. I think we got to kill something. I don't remember what it is, but somewhere around this area, or on this island, I think there's a sombering stone 1. So there's a couple of there's a couple of stones, but we already picked up one, so it's not that big of a deal right now. We move over to the, what would be, left side of the island. Grab a giant dragonfly head. That's about all we need to concern ourselves with right now. And you're like, ah, man, I wish I could upgrade a weapon. Well, you're going to be able to. Hey. I killed the turtle, not you. You had a chance. Anyway. Alright. We're going to go back, and I'm going to show you a cave, which basically has a lot of materials to start upgrading your weapons. Once we get this loaded in, we'll see how many materials I already have. because we can absolutely get to level 3 before we even fight that tree sentinel. We just got to decide which weapon we want to use. So looking into our inventory, you press R1 about 3 times. We see that we have 1. Ah, 1. Now I can't upgrade shit with 1. Well, that's okay, because this is where we're heading. Right here. We're heading right there because we are going to find a ton of material. But before we even do that, I just want to show you. There's the marker. It's like right below us. Before we even do that, there's another place to go and get some more materials. And we're going to use our friend the giant to help us out. So, from that point of grace, turn around. Start heading toward that glowing tree. I mean, we're not going to go directly to it, but it gives us an indicator of where to go. You're going to see a tornado, or basically air vent. Yeah, let's go with air vent. Jump into it. You hold X while you're on the ground. Shoot forward. Fuck that guy. He's going to come after us because he already yelled. Grab some materials. And then we look right here. This is important. This guy will come up, smash it. We'll grab all of that. Hey, look at that. We got 5 more materials plus another 2. Oh, smithing stone 2. So that gives us 2 of the 2. Which means that we can upgrade that to a +4 once we get our sword or shield or whatever the hell we're going to be using up to a +3. But that gives us 6. So already we got 6. 12 is the magic number to get it all the way up to 3. And we're halfway there. Alright. Once that is done, we're going to head back toward our marker. Look at that drop distance. You get a ridiculous amount of drop distance. There's another one. So there's 7. So if you were just like, I might have missed one. There's another one. 5 more to go. I don't know what weapon I'm going to use. But then again, this character is going to be deleted. It's just basically to show for the beginning. These little forts right here, usually they have an item. You can rush in, grab it, armor's cookbook, get the fuck out. Or you can kill everything in there. I prefer to kill everything in there, but there was no time. I should have timed out this video just to see where I'm at. I feel like I'm at like the 45-minute mark. Who knows though? Doing an hour-long video. Well, most people do like 15-minute ones. Try and get ad revenue off of this. You're getting 4 times the video for me not getting paid. Must be a swell guy. Alright. We come down. Here's where we want to go. Usually a crab pops up right there, but you'll probably see it when you leave. Here is another dungeon. This dungeon is special because we get a lot of materials in here. Another fun fact, if we are paying attention, we don't need no elevators. We'll fall down. And we fall down because items, such as our golden rune 4. We move forward. Now, this is basically the template to get all the way down. Like, it looks the same. You jump off the same. It's all the same. Pop this. We probably got a pretty good amount of souls. So let's go ahead, level up again. We're going to pop some more on vigor. Because we need the health. Here's our summoning sign. I'm not going to put mine down because I'm in a race against time. We sneak. These guys, they take good damage from blunt weapons, they take good damage from piercing weapons, but they do not take good damage from slicing weapons. But that's okay. If you notice, I'm dual wielding. Does not do shit to them. My heavy attacks do. My dual wielding did not do a damn thing. So dual wield, kind of out of the question. We're going to go right back to our heavy weapon. And we're going to two-hand that shit. I could go down that way, but this guy will see me, so I'm going to jump off here. I'm making sure to pay attention. There's this guy. Stab him. 1, 2. Charge. And done. There's our least favorite person or thing, the rats. They are annoying, they are quick, they flinch the hell out of you. I hate it. Especially later on in the game. Because they're just around with bigger monsters, so they flinch you and then you take a big hit. Ah, it sucks. We picked up 2 more stones, 3 more to go. Now, if I had a torch, I would show you something really cool. But I don't. So, your job, if you're watching this, get a torch, sneak up on those guys, hit them with the torch if they got the backpack. But be very, very careful. Come up to this guy. We're actually coming up here because this guy's working on material too. Charge our attack. This guy will just get flinched, so we can just spam this attack, move out the way, come back in. The reason we did that is because we gotta watch our stamina. We are real close. We need 1 more. Oh, there's our elevator. I'm gonna knock this down. Again, I don't need no elevators. Jump down again. Now on this one you notice, oh fuck, you didn't find any goddamn thing. That was useless. Why the fuck would you do that? Because I can. Because I can. And sometimes you just have to explore. You don't know, unless you've already done this. If you've already done this, well, I guess you wanted the help or you just wanted to see if you're better. Either way, doesn't matter. Sneak up on the dog, but the problem with that is usually this guy right over here, he'll pop up. So we need to take out the dog first. He is the priority. So we do, luckily for us, we got a fully charged heavy attack out on him and he didn't do a thing. Most of the time, that's not going to work. I think that's all the stones we need. We can just walk up on this guy, stab him, rip that from his fucking spine. Charge attack, doesn't do shit, but lynches him enough for the kill. We got it and we go. The reason we popped the elevator down is because we need to take it back up. Not all the way up. Halfway up. Right about here. We come through. Sneak up. He's still working on material. We want that material. We're going to get that material. We're going to take that material. This guy, he's an asshole. Shakes up the lantern, and then he just tries to burn you with it. Again, same stuff we can always do. Charge attacks are your friend. Get used to using them. You have to make sure you know how to utilize all of your movesets. You're going to find a weapon that you like. Maybe you just want to use magic. Okay, go for it. Do you. Me, I think magic builds make the game too easy. I don't think you get as much from the game from it. But if that's what you enjoy, you play the game how you want to play the game. I personally like to, play it. I don't look up everything. I just do everything on my own. I don't get any help. I don't help anybody. This is a one-player solo experience. And that's sometimes nice, seeing how every damn game... Hey, he gave us another one. Cool. Every damn game is like multiplayer now. Alright, again, we're going down this way. And we got materials. Oh, that golden rune. It's just a 1. That sucks, but we get the sombering stone. And that's something else that we can utilize. They give you plenty of sombering stone, like 1s and 2s. So you can really just kind of like play with a weapon you enjoy. Alright, big door, big room. You can assume it's a boss room. I have 3 heals, but seeing as how I am a confessor and I have actual magic I can use, we're back all the way up. Now if I want to, I can put on a shield. But we're going in. We're going to try and take him down just like that other giant. You do get that weapon that he has. There's a dungeon I found that actually has that weapon. Run in on him. Remember, he screams. Use your heavy attacks. He goes down. Stab that fucking eye. You do have to be careful with this guy. He does have different attacks than the other one. Yeah, big slam. Careful on this. It's deceptive. He can pull that out and do a shit ton of damage in another AoE. So just get your attacks in when you can. Big swings. I said swings. He has that just like the other giant, remember? Roll. I say roll, but my guy had other thoughts. Stay topped off of your health because he can just take you out. Whoa, big miss. Big swing. Stay on his heels. Staying behind him is probably the best bet. And he caught me. I cannot believe I survived that. So I've been going too much for the heavy attacks, if you noticed. I should just be going for the damage. Like he's not all that hard. His heals, big attack, you know it's coming, he has a tracking overhead. Get your damage in. 2 hits, that should be good enough. Stay away. I got 1 more hit, and we're done. But once again, just notice that those 2 big charges right there on those kneecaps, just like with any tall person, they're going to take them down. Alright, now we should have plenty to actually get this up to a +3 weapon. And even if you don't, let's say you're missing one. Let's say you missed something along the way. You didn't go up to those giants and you didn't crush that statue. Okay, so you missed that one. You can go get it later because you just watched this video. If you actually watch this video. And there's one more place we can get some smithing shards. So even if you messed up on all of those, and we already have 16 of them, alright, we get 5 from that place with the giants. Alright, let's say you missed that one. Luckily for us, we got another one while we killed something in there. So with 16, you would miss those 5s, you didn't go up there, you forgot how to get up there, you didn't know about the thing. We never technically grabbed this shard right here. And this gives us another one. So now we're at 17. And I can upgrade this weapon all the way up to number 3. And that is how you can get to this area pretty decently. Little trouble. Alright. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this actually uploads. And if you guys have any questions, please put it in the comments. Y'all have a good one. Later.